I forgot that word.
And what amendment is this?
The 18th.
18th Amendment. Now, do we still have this?
No.
No, why not?
Because the 20th Amendment upheld.
Because the 21st repeal. Repeal means what?
Take away.
Take away. Why? Why would they repeal why would they repeal prohibition?
Because
Yes, Noah? Because what?
They couldn't stop everybody.
They couldn't stop everybody. Who couldn't stop everybody?
The
police.
the Pope.
The police.
and
When
that
they
was the only
couldn't.
thing they were worried about. So like you couldn't like stop.
The real crime.
Yeah.
Real crimes, cause and then you created all these criminals, and that network of criminals with prohibition, they were called what?
Bootleggers.
They're the people who made alcohol illegally. They were bootleggers. And where did they go to drink this alcohol? These clubs, speakeasies. They weren't bars. They were speakeasies. And what kind of music did they listen to when they got there?
Reggae.
Jazz. Jazz music. Okay, they listened to jazz. So this wasn't the only thing that was happening. Now, in World War I, it was a war against who? Mostly. Who got punished for World War? Germany. And now here domestically, what were people doing?
Recovering and relaxing.
Oh, were they recovering, relaxing? Huh?
They were still scared of communists.
They were scared of communism, and what do we call it?
The Red Scare.
Red Scare. And Red Scare caused people to do things like the video we watch. So Red Scare, is the fear of communism, but what did they do to stop the spread of communism?
National Origins Act.
The National Origins Act, which limited what?
Amount of immigrants.
Immigrations in the U.S.
Immigrants in the U.S. Origins Act. And it came up with this whole discriminating practice called nativism. What does that mean? Being born in this country. So if you're not being born in this country, then what did people do to people not born in this country?
They made them suffer.
They made them suffer. So what about this guy? What was his name? He felt that the government should own the industries and then wealth would be distributed equally. What was his name? Eugene Debs. And what was his political party? I'm running out of space.
Socialist.
Socialist. And did the government like the Socialist Party? Why not?
It was like communism.
It was socialism. Is this right? That don't look right. Socialism.
Yeah.
Okay, socialism. It's like communism. How so? How was it like communism? They wanted the government to own the industry, so it's very much like communism. So the Socialist Party, and then we got to how not only immigration was limited, but something limited the freedom of speech. What was that?
The Espionage Act.
The Espionage Act.
Own it.
Am I spelling?
Yes, because that says no new European terrorists.
Where?
In the blue.
No European territories.
Territories.
That's not what that says?
No.
Oh, you put an N.
Terror rights.
Yeah.
No, that's an R and an I, but she just put them too close together.
Oh, okay, let me do it better for you.
She can't write that well.
Territories.
No, it shouldn't.
Right, y'all, thank you for helping me to be better. I mean, y'all know I'm dyslexic, I can't spell so good. Espionage, I gotta teach you. Espionage Act, which amendment? The freedom of speech. Okay, freedom of speech. Alright, so let's go back to the war. How did this war end?
Germany got defeated.
Germany got defeated, and the people in the war wanted to punish them.
Yeah, they had to pay
They
like
punished them
billions of
all.
dollars.
They had to pay billions of
Or
dollars in
everything.
war reparations. They had land taken away from them. They had to sign this piece of paper called
Treaty of Paris.
the Treaty. Was it the Treaty of Paris?
No,
Treaty of Versailles.
The Treaty of Versailles. Really don't. Oh, that's close, not so close. Oh my gosh, you can't believe you won't watch this. Alright, the Treaty of Versailles. Can somebody help me spell this correctly?
VERS.
Hey,
AILLES.
The
That's
Treaty
right.
of Versailles. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Renault. Hey, Alex. The Treaty of Versailles. Now, in the Treaty of Versailles, it restricted Germans. It's called disarmament. They took weapons and land and and they couldn't settle in certain places. It also, what plan was that? That was the big plan of peace that President Wilson had. What was that called? The 14-point plan. And what was the purpose of that plan? Plan for peace. And did they use the plan?
not much of it.
Which one, what part of the plan did they use?
The 14th.
And what was the 14th point? The League of Nations. And what was the purpose of the League of Nations?
To
Stop
stop
any
the spread of
conflict
conflict.
internationally from happening.
So you had this group to stop any further, so they wanted to prevent any future wars. Did it happen? Did it work?
No,
Did the United States join the League of
No.
Nations?
the Senate did not accept
The Congress did not want them to be a part. Why not?
because it was important into international affairs.
They didn't want to get caught up in European affairs. They wanted to go back to the spirit of being in isolation. All right, so the 14-point plan, the League of Nations, did President Wilson support the League of Nations?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have a League of Nations now?
No.
What do we have now?
The UN,
The
NATO,
UN. And NATO. Well, the UN is what most countries are a part of. And it works a little bit different than the League of Nations, correct? Okay, so let's see what else on my cheat sheet of notes to make sure we're reviewing what we need to review. Hey, something here happened as far as technology. What did the people also do for their leisure time?
Watch movies and listen to the radio.
Movies and listen to the radio. And how did that impact people?
Make you play.
Black culture started
The black culture started growing. Let's go over here, and we have the Harlem Renaissance. Harlem Renaissance, and it was an artistic expression. Okay, and something else was happening besides, we're gonna say radio. I'm running out of space. Let's go down here. Radio and motion pictures, and something else happened in Detroit. They made what? He used assembly lines to make it. What was it?
Oh, mass production.
Mass production. What did he make?
Cars.
Cars. Who was he?
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford. And he was able mass production. What was the name of the car?
the Model T.
Model T.
And it was worth like
285.
Yeah.
Yes, and people who work for Ford, how much did they get paid an hour?
$5.
$5. Was that a lot then?
Yeah.
Yes, I got 5 on it. So the Model T came in, and everybody wanted a Model T. Everybody was afraid of the fear of missing out. What do we call that word?
commerce.
Yeah.
Consumerism. Consumerism, the fear of missing out. So the Model T, which was $865, was very affordable for everybody because Henry Ford mass produced by putting people on assembly lines to get it together. Okay? Is that it? Everybody check your notes twice to make sure we didn't miss anything. I do want to add, with the Red Scare, one other organization that rose, had the biggest exponential growth, and we have not talked about this in class, is in the 1910s and 1920s, the KKK grew exponentially. All right, so why do you think that is?
Because black people was getting, right.
So it's part of Red Scare.
Oh.
So what did the KKK, who really are the members of the KKK?
White
White
supremacists.
supremacists.
White supremacists, and what do white supremacists wanna hold on